Hi friends, welcome back to Stitch House Creations. Had an absolutely fabulous weekend. Went with some of some of our ladies from church to a ladies retreat. Had time to refresh and just enjoy the outside and connect with other ladies and have alone time with God. And on our journey, I um, did a cleaning. This is just all cotton. Made a cleaning cloth for a friend. She was asking for one. So I whipped that up. And I did get a little bit further on the simple shawl. And I am on row 56 of 98. So I have more of this to do. I ran out of yarn, so I have to go pick some up. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. And I also got the little hat done for the Chihuahua. And I made him a little cape. This is Bobby. He's going to have his little hat and cape. And got that completed. So we want to share a little bit with you about the retreat. It was so much fun. We talked about control. Like, do you have control, or who has control? Are you trying to control others? And just taking a good self-evaluation at yourself. And the book that we were reading and the guest speaker was Sharon Popkin, and the book is called Control Girl. You can find it on Amazon, and I think it's like $12 on Amazon. Very good book. I encourage you to read it. We're going to do a study off of it. The ladies that went on the retreat, and we're going to take some time to go over the material together, because a lot of the times what happens is when you go on these retreats, and some of you may know this, it's wonderful, you're having a good time, things are being brought to the front that you know that you need to work on in your life. And then so you're processing that while you're there, but then you get back home and you get into the daily grind of things, and then you're not thinking about it anymore because you're just going about your daily business. Well, you really want to, for me, I really want to make some changes in my life. And like, where do I see this at? One of the things I began to realize is, it was quite a few years ago, I was helping my friend at preparing for her wedding, and I thought, as we were setting up and decorating, and she was giving input, we were working on this thing together, and she really liked how it looked and everything, and we thought, the main thing was that she liked it, and she was really happy with it. I thought it looked nice. And one of the other ladies came over who was helping to decorate and told us how terrible it looked, and that it shouldn't be that way, and then it should go this way. And what she did looked really nice too, but then she took everything apart that we did, and I thought, but what about the bride? I mean, she's the one who needs to, and she was for either or. So I guess it didn't matter, but her opinion was what mattered the most. And then I thought, I really didn't like that she was coming in and just taking things over and just doing it her way and whatnot. And then I sat back and I thought, do I do something like that? Do I do things like that? I didn't like that behavior in her, but that caused me to evaluate myself. Like, do I do that to other people in my life? Do I do that to my family? Do I do that to my friends? Because a lot of the times what we don't think about is like what you don't like in another person may be something that you need to address in your own life. So just something to keep in the back of your mind. And that's when I first got thinking about this whole issue of control. Like how much, I mean, there isn't really anything that we control in the midst of everything in life. The only thing that we can control is our response to situations and how we respond to a situation or a circumstance, or that, and we need to be responsible for our own well-being. But we cannot control anything. We cannot, you know, that's why it's tough for moms when the kids grow up. You know, all my kids are adults, and you know what? There are times when I wish, like, you know, I wish they wouldn't have done that, because now they're going to have the consequences to that action, and all I want to do is save them. And you know what? I can't. Only God can save them. Only God can save them from the consequences from their actions. My responsibility now that they're adults is to pray for them, and that God would lead them and take care of them. Because you know what? We all learn from our own experiences. One of the things that we did talk about, me and a couple of the other girls, is when does being a good manager, because we're called to be managers of our home, managers of the earth, and managers of things in our daily life. When does being a good manager become a control issue? Where does that start? Because being too controlling, that's not good. That's not good. And actually, it usually blows up in your face. So, you know, and I think when that happens, it's about being a good manager and being in control on two different subjects are when it becomes, the control part is when it becomes self-centered and about you, not about are you managing and taking care of things, but when it becomes about you and how, or how I look at things and how this is going to be for me, and thinking more about myself than others in that aspect. I encourage you to check out this book, you know, and a couple of the things that we did was we did some talking on, I did a little class on reading and studying the Bible and journaling. And one of the neat things in the journaling aspect of the Bible, if you're taking the time to read God's Word, you know how you can just rake over, and just like any book, you could just rake over the book and kind of get the gist of what's going on. Well, you could do that with any book, or you can take the time, you can rake over the Bible, and somebody, there's a quote, and I'm not going to get this quite right, because I can't remember who it's by, but you can rake leaves, or you can get a shovel, and you can dig and find a diamond. So in that terms of saying, like, you can rake over the book that you're reading, or you could actually dig into the book and you can read it, and you can think about really what it's saying, and then you might find something that's like a diamond to you and valuable that you can apply in your own life. And I really like that for thinking about in terms of reading God's Word. And then I went to this other class that they had, and just a short little session. And one of the things that the instructor said is, what you tolerate, you endorse, and what you celebrate, you reinforce. And I'm still thinking on that one. What you tolerate, you endorse, and what you celebrate, you reinforce. So that one I'm giving some thought to, and I'm sure we're going to have more discussions on this book and the topics. And if you would like to talk more or get this book, and you're welcome to email me, or leave a message in the comments and email, and I'd be glad to talk to you about it, and we could learn together. One of the other things I got while I was gone, let me see if I can find it, while I was there actually, was this cute little bag, and it's from the Grain of Rice Project. It's grainofriceproject.org, and you could read about it. And it helps families and kids in Nairobi. So this came from Nairobi. They made it, and I thought how perfect that would be to, I could put my crochet needles in and little odds and ends in. And I picked up my husband and my son one of these pins, and those are from the kids too. Let's see if I can get it. And it says YOLO. And my husband and my youngest son are bike riders, and the YOLO is you only live once. And I think that applies to everything we do in life. You're only here once, and while you're here, give God glory, thank you for each day, and make the most of it. Share with family and friends. Then I bought some Brene blanket sport yarn, and it's this pink colorway right here. And then I also bought the Brene blanket pipsqueak, and it is right here. And I'm working up these two together. Oops. I've got a lot of it gone. I'm crocheting 2 strands together, and this is for, and I'm making a beautiful baby blanket. This is going to be for a little girl, and this is what I got so far. And I like working them together because it makes it a little more sturdier, and just so soft, and it's going to turn out great. I know I'm going to need more of the pipsqueak yarn, but as that's going, I'll show you that. And that's going to go for, we have a welcome at church, welcome new babies to church, or we're looking at spreading that out into people we know in the community, and just saying, hey, we just want to welcome your new little one, and we are just, the blessing that's in your life. So that's about all I have for today. Thanks for joining me. And I have a lot of other things to share, so I'll be back tomorrow. And I hope you have a great day, and God bless you.